This is BNN, the most trusted name in nonsense.
Funding for the Dullards Club for Men is inexplicably provided by
The Fat Cat Pet Insurance Group, a chubby company. #1 customer-rated 9-life insurance company. 49 dog years in a row. They don't pay out much, but you'll feel better having spent the money.
the William T., Catherine G., Bobby V., High C., Billy D., Killer B., A to Z, and Canned P Foundations, committed to providing nonsense throughout the world, one show at a time. The Brick and Concrete Foundation, the Partridge Family Trust, the Gambino Crime Family Trust, and the ambivalence, questionable taste, and total indifference of listeners like you. It's your fault.
Today's program contains obscure references and adolescent humor. Listener discretion is advised. And this meeting of the Dullards Club for Men and Women is hereby called to order.
Bang.
You had actually mentioned something about being an art critic,
Oh,
and
boy.
I wanted to follow up on that.
Yeah, I think about this every now and then when I'm tidying up or house cleaning. I go, and there's one of those, you pull out this old box. What's in here? Oh, this is the beautiful picture my 2-year-old son did, and I go, that I wonder if you put that in an art gallery and somehow forged Picasso's name in the bottom right, would an art critic or a museum attendant go, wow, I didn't realize he did that? I have pictures on the wall in my room. It's like, that's beautiful. I could sell that for a Van Gogh.
Well,
You know?
especially that one with the ear missing, but I think that's
Right,
that's
or
always
three arms. I have an appreciation for, I happen to like the Impressionists, and we've gone to see Monet exhibits. But if you really get down to it, anybody could do that style of art.
Hey, just very quickly, did you hear about the Florida man that was bitten by a shark?
You could have stopped after Florida Man and it could have filled in anything.
I realize that, but we do have listeners in Florida,
That's
and
true.
they,
That's true.
we don't want to disparage.
Well,
There are
okay.
good things that happen in Florida, but getting bitten by a shark is not one of them.
Well, getting bitten by a shark is one thing. This is the same. This is somebody who has been bitten by a shark more than once. He himself.
He had been bitten once about 10 years ago and decided, it's been 10 years. I think maybe they've forgotten about me.
I was,
I'm going back. I'm going back.
I was just about to say that'd be one instance where I'd say, you know what? Maybe I ought to stay away from the water. It's like that land shark in the old SNL thing. You'd think you're safe, and you probably would be. But what possesses, well, he must love the water, sharks notwithstanding, but he ought to buy a lottery ticket.
Right.
Hey,
So
we had someone mention, I don't know if you found it or a viewer listener found it, something about all I remember seeing is Laurence Olivier's nose.
Well, the story was that apparently, in order to do this particular part, he had to wear a prosthetic nose, and the one he donned in 1955's Richard III is headed for the auction block. The prominent prosthetic comes with a box that's accompanied by a note from I guess that it indicates that Olivier may have received it as an 80th birthday gift.
It
Now
it it
Lawrence has
sounds
since passed.
it sounds too close to like the old horse's head gift, or a finger for ransom.
That's
I don't
very
know if I
true.
got a nose in the mail. It better have a note attached to it.
Well, I may be mixing my movie references here, but I think his nose is sleeping with the fishes, or maybe there's something fishy that the nose is sniffing. Anyway,
You know, I was listening to the news, watching the news or watching something. It may have been on YouTube. And someone actually said, especially someone who I think should have known better. And I started thinking of all those stupid things. I hear escape often. I
You hear it
hear,
in the same place where they said espresso
yeah,
for
there you
coffee?
go,
Yeah.
espresso. There was another, this time of year, all the pundits, there's only one N in pundit. And speaking of N's, there is no N, I learned, I'm ashamed to say, only in the last 10 years, that there is no N in restaurateur. Someone who owns a restaurant is called a restaurateur, not a restaurateur, and I still hear it to this day. I'll get off my soapbox, and we could probably take a break now.
Well, then let's take a break.
I think it's a fair time to take a break. And before we do, I want to suggest to those of you who are listening and viewing and all that, however you absorb and consume this drivel, that there are several ways you can become part of SAME. You can be part of the somewhat stationary movement we've started here. You can visit us at thedulledgeclub.com. You could subscribe to our YouTube channel, or you could even, if you're a Facebook person, give us a like on our Facebook page. These are just a few of the ways, basically all the options where to go so you can keep up with the wide range of inactivity that the club has become known for. So when we come back, it will be time, not soon enough, to circle the
Circle the drain.
for this week. We'll see you shortly.
All right, we're out.
Good hearing is essential to maintaining a great quality of life. Listening? Not so much. The latest generation of select-tone programmable hearing devices is a technological marvel, more discreet and feature-packed than previous generations. Our new AI-powered device syncs with your mobile phone and learns from your typical interactions. Then the algorithm generates common phrase filters that anticipate those mundane, everyday topics of conversation. So when she says,
"Don't you ever stop and think?
what you'll hear is,
Don't you let me top off your drink?"
hearing only what you want to hear will keep your relationship strong and happy. So when he says,
"Get away from me. This is the end, you old hag.
you'll hear,
We're taking a getaway. Call your friends. You can brag."
our team of apprentice audiologists, mixologists, and creative writers have developed a selective hearing logic sequence that predicts and recognizes preset speech patterns. So the next time you start to hear,
"Why can't you be more like your brother Ralph?
it will sound like,
Why don't you go and play some golf?"
and when active auto mute is engaged, if you're told the gutters need to be cleaned, what you'll hear is, take the edge off those mundane, repetitive, mind-numbing conversations that you've had so many times before. Only hear what you want to hear, when you want to hear it. It's here. Select Tone, keeping relationships strong since 1978. Select Tone. What'd you say?
And we're back with Circle the Drain, at least for this week. And
Yeah.
as you know, it is all the stuff that we thought was good enough to include in the show, but, well, it turned out that we were wrong. We miscalculated again.
Wasn't quite meaty enough for a full-blown discussion, but you had a couple of gems in there. What do you got?
I heard there's a new fitness program out there. I was watching TV the other night. It's guaranteed to work.
This
It's
fitness.
a weight loss and fitness program.
Oh, that sounds good.
It sounds pretty gimmicky to me, though. I'm not sure that I can go along with it. So, well, here's what you do.
Step
You
one.
work out intensely for 3 to 4 times a week.
You've lost me already, but go ahead. And which
And then you
step
stop
two?
step 2 is you stop eating crap.
There you go. Speaking of gimmicks, I saw something the other day in the news. These glasses, remember the Google glasses way back when that sort of flopped and didn't make it? These are
Absolutely.
like nerdy looking horn rim glasses that like we all had in junior high and high school. But there's a camera built in. Not only is it a camera you can like look at things, but I could look at you with those glasses and it would feed me information about your name is X, you live here, you like walks on the beach and all that stuff. So the implications of that, the example he gave was some stranger wearing these glasses walking up to some woman on a bench saying, "Hey, is your name Sally?" "Yeah, I don't know you." "No, but I know you, and I know that you live at X." Wait, that's way too dangerous. I don't like where that could go.
One last thing here, one last thing for me anyway, and that is what the heck is going on, what the hell I should say, with extra strength Prevagen.
Oh, yeah,
Now,
why extra strength?
I almost forgot to do this story, but why extra strength? Is there a regular strength? And if there is, what's the difference? How do you prescribe, because you have to do this for yourself, whether you need extra strength or regular strength Prevagen?
Well, I know there's selective hearing and selective vision, but selective memory, there are some things you might want to be able to erase, but I don't think you can control that. I might go with a lower strength instead of extra strength.
I'd be afraid of what might be repressed. Hey, we gotta go. Our producer is yelling at us and waving and saying, "Hey, you guys, this is too much. You got to stop." But anyway, before we go, I just wanted to remind you to be on the lookout for the Dullards Club event that's coming to your area.
Can't wait.
Well, we're not going to be there, but I'm sure if you scour the local landscape, you're going to find at least one happening that is so patently boring and uninteresting that you can't even get your friends to go along with you. Tell us about it. Go to this thing. And if you do that, you'll receive an official Dullards Club membership certificate.
If you tell us about it, yes.
Suitable for framing or shredding, as you prefer. And with that, we've got to get out of here. It's time for us to go.
I guess we could gavel this meeting adjourned.
So we're about to gavel it, unless they cut us off before we gavel it.